In this quick video, we're going to be talking about Cocoapods and why you should use Cocoapods to manage your dependencies as a professional. The reason is because all of the libraries used in this course were installed using Cocoapods, so you should be familiar with it. If you were like me, many years ago, I was very reluctant to use the Cocoapods to manage my dependencies. I was doing them manually, but eventually I have some reasons why I switched to using Cocoapods, and I want to highlight 6 of those reasons. The first reason is that if you have a library and the library requires some of the framework imports, then you need to manually add the frameworks. If you look at the image on the right, we had to install Core Motion, Core Text, Quartz Core, Audio Toolbox, and so on. If you're familiar with Objective-C, then you should know exactly what I am talking about. Some libraries will require you to do this manually, where you have to add all your frameworks. With Cocoapods, all of these frameworks will be added for you automatically. The second reason is that you will have to manually hunt for the libraries on the vendor's website. Let's say, for example, you want to install a Google SDK or Facebook SDK. You will have to go to the Facebook website or Google website to look for this link to download the library, and then you will have to drag the library into your project. This is not an efficient way to do it, and you're going to understand the reason why later. The third reason is that if one library depends on another library, then you have to find the other library manually. Sometimes one library will require another library for it to function, so that means you will have to also manually look for that library. And it's happened to me where there are 3 dependencies, so one library requires another one and the new one requires another one as well. So that made it particularly hard. I didn't even know the reason why I was getting compiler error until I later discovered I had to install a new library. The fourth reason is that if the dependent library requires a particular version, then you may struggle to find it. So let's say that the library that you want to install requires another library, and the library it requires must be of a particular version. You may not be able to find that version. With Cocoapods, the third point and the fourth point will be automatically resolved. When you use Cocoapods, Cocoapods will understand all the dependencies and it will automatically install them for you. And if the dependency has to be a particular version, it will automatically install those versions as well. The fifth reason is that when you update old libraries, you only need one line of command, which is pod update. If you have to do it manually, let's say you have 20 libraries, you have one from Facebook, one from Google, one from Twitter, you have so many libraries, and then maybe it's been 6 months on your project, and then you just want to update all your libraries. You have to go to 20 different websites, look around on the website to find the SDK, download it, and then you have to hope for the best. There is no version error. Most of the time there will be version error and you have to now resolve it. So it is never a good idea to be manually installing the framework at the libraries yourself. And finally, it is a lot easier to manage a lot of dependencies. If you have many dependencies in your project, just use Cocoapods to manage them. There are so many advantages to using Cocoapods, but these are just the key ones that you need to keep in mind. We're going to be using Cocoapods to install our projects because they're very quick. This is why I'm trying to convince you as a professional to switch to using Cocoapods. In the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to install Cocoapods on your Mac. Thank you.